Side Scrollers is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on youtube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hey, buddy.
Blabs.
I want sunshine, I want flowers, and I need it now.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
And brought to you by you, the G2 community, at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on youtube.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the #1 video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth, Side Scrollers. Good to see everybody. Thanks so much for finding us here on this wonderful Wednesday edition of Side Scrollers. Was it March 29th? Man, this year is flying by. Great to see everybody. Travis will not be joining us today. He's taking a personal day to take care of some personal things because that's what personal days are for. But also joining us today, the one, the only, straight from the Guamanian Amazon, it's Blabs.
Hello. Hi from Guam.
How are you?
I'm great. It's Wednesday. And yeah, you're right. This month flew.
Man, this entire year has been flying by. It's been nuts.
I'm kind of excited because I want sunshine, as the intro says. So
it's true.
Sunshine.
Yes.
Getting there.
It's been well established. Absolutely.
Yes.
Also joining us, the best gamer in the room, regardless of if he's in a tiny little shack or a giant man-sized dance hall. It's Adam Krigler.
Especially if I'm in a giant man-sized dance hall. Especially.
I don't really know what a man-sized dance hall is.
You dance, Adam.
I just ran with it. No, not really. I mean, I can. You know, I got the rhythm in my soul.
Can you get jiggy with it?
Sure. Although I think that's racist now. It's 2023. Everything's racist. So
words I can't say.
You can't say jiggy.
That news anchor got fired for saying for shizzle my nizzle.
What?
It's like,
no way.
Yeah, straight up. She said she has a Snoop Dogg tattoo or something.
Wait, hold on.
You didn't hear this?
No.
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 Yeah, it's true.
Hold on. We're on our first diversion of the day. Like, it can't be real. This is real. This happened today.
What?
Yep.
What?
That's kind of ironic how we just said that.
Okay. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
We're Owen Wilson. Wow.
Man, that's ridiculous. This is, and here we are. Off we go deep into the clown whirlpool. Here we are. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
we're living in it. We're living in it.
Yep. We absolutely are. Let's check this out real fast. This is from
distraction #1.
EmilyCottontop.com. My favorite outlet.
Very reputable
for all anchor firing news. Let's go over here and check this out. Here we are.
Tattoo on her shoulder. A shizzle, my nizzle. I'm telling you, Julie, what you think about that?
Julie, what do you think about that? Huh?
This lady, this Paula Dean looking lady over here, got fired for that.
And she's been working there for like 17 years or something.
What? She got fired for that?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. The crew joked about collaborating with the rapper. And Barbie stated her excitement by saying, "Faux shizzle my nizzle," live on air. The statement would cause quite a stir on social media.
No one cares. Nobody cared. Literally, no one cares. Seriously, zero. It's the people that are like, someone somewhere might be offended. Ah!
Wow, I have no words for that.
We must fire her. We must let her go.
Okay, hold on. I gotta find this. I gotta see who's
been outraged.
Yeah, who?
She said the word. It's like some soccer mom advocating for someone who doesn't actually give a shit.
What is the Daily Loud? Does anybody know what that is?
I don't. I've never heard of
my
it.
Bad. Here we go. The Daily Loud. This one has the view has 10.4 million views. So actually, this did cause quite a stir. Like this Japanese post underneath. Let's see.
I think that'd be pretty cool. before we know it, she'd have a Snoop Dogg tattoo on her shoulder.
A shizzle, my nizzle.
I'm telling you. Julie, what you think about that? Huh, she said.
Huh? I don't want to get fired. Huh?
Like, I don't even understand that she's been fired for that. What are we doing? What are we even talking about?
Dude, it's so stupid, man. Clown
That
word.
is sad. But you know what we should do? For every single distraction that we just, think of and we just segue somewhere else, we should get like a tally on screen for like every single day. Just like a blink shows up for one.
Yep.
Like on the bottom left corner.
We're going for records over here. Like now I'm just curious. Let's see. Yeah, I mean now I want to go down.
Go the rabbit hole.
Yeah, here we go. This is what happens. This guy's face is outstanding. It's a meme in itself right there. I mean, as a person points out, she had no idea what she was saying. It's just this person says, "For sure, my friend." That's what it means, apparently. And
essentially, yeah, that
what
is what it means.
Oh my god!
That's exactly what it means. In a roundabout way. Oh my gosh.
Words.
We're off to a fucking great start this morning. I'll tell you what. Just in general, these people are so unbelievably unhinged that you can get fired for saying faux shizzle, my nizzle.
Now you're fired.
Get out of here, Craig. You're gone.
I need to call HR. I'm offended on someone else's behalf.
There it is right there. I'm offended on somebody else's behalf. Nailed it.
Yep.
Nailed it. All right, we are 35,000 strong here on the channel, which is outstanding. Thank you guys very much for your support. Also, you guys listening over on Spotify and iHeartRadio, growing a little bit more every single day if you guys like the MP3 version of the show. Also, you guys can follow us, the Side Scrollers channel, over on Rumble. We are not live over there, but we will eventually be, I think, for sure. And major news, by the way, tomorrow during the show, we are going to be having a live interview with the CEO of Tetris. Yes, the video game show, the video game that everybody loves, the iconic game. Yes, the video game itself has a CEO, and it's her name is Maya Rogers, and she is the daughter of the guy the movie is based about. Based on
the guy who went to Russia to get the game.
Yes,
it's so cool.
So Tetris has been a part of her life literally since she was a kid. So. She has the skins on the wall when it comes to that stuff. So that's gonna be pretty awesome. Also, next week we'll have the Angry Video Game Nerd interview, which doing that this week, but is gonna be pre-recorded. So I was texting with him this morning. Everything is awesome. So make sure you guys are here tomorrow. It should be a super fun show as well. TJ Gamebox comes in and says, "What's your favorite Tetromino? That's not the long piece." Oh man, you're getting hardcore, TJ. Do you guys have a favorite Tetris piece? That's what they call Tetris.
I do.
Yes. What is that?
It's the T.
The T. Oh yeah, the one that.
I'm a big fan of the T. You could solve a lot of issues with the T.
Yeah, I think everyone's least favorite is probably just the block. The block's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
I don't discriminate. I'm a fan of all of them. I think they're all great.
This is a very
they're all wonderful in their own way.
Isn't there one that goes like this, like a Z almost?
There's an L.
Or an L or something like that.
There's the Z, the ones that go in either direction. The 2-2.
Those are the worst ones I find to work with.
Oh yeah,
they're all good. They're all good.
I think the easiest one is just like the long line, like the eye.
Anyone who's complaining about any Tetris piece sucks at Tetris.
I mean, I'll be honest, I've never really considered this as a topic of conversation. Be like, which one is your favorite piece? I'm like, duh.
Y'all suck at Tetris, clearly.
I don't really pay attention to these things.
What's funny is
first one. I hate this. Damn it.
I went in and it was probably one of my more embarrassing moments. I'm actually pretty okay at Tetris, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good at Tetris. And then one day I played it on stream, and I just popped it up and I was gonna play it, and I was trying to build for Tetrises immediately, very early on, and no straight line pieces were coming down. I ended up dying after getting like one line. I was like, what's happening? Nothing's coming down. And it was like 14 14 T blocks, 17. It was like one straight line, and I used it to build, and it did not work out very well. It was a pretty embarrassing moment, man. So
Sounds like all I hear is excuses. Yeah,
That was like something a loser Tetris would say.
Thank you,
I
Blabs.
was definitely a giant loser that day. Big old L-shaped loser right there.
Maybe you gotta pray for the balls in Africa or something that'll help you out.
Nope, no reason to do that. We got a big show today. Obviously, we're going to be talking about. We got a couple news stories, a couple quick hits to hit on, and then today's big topic of discussion is fanboys and just overall. This was put forth by Adam, so we'll get to that in a little bit. It should be a fun discussion today, and we want to preface all of this by saying that there's no reason to get upset about today's conversation. We're just having a big, fun conversation. We're just going to talk about things. So,
by all means, get upset. Don't listen to this, man.
Get pissed. Go
get
ahead.
Angry.
And let us know in the comments if we're right or wrong.
Wave your fist in the sky.
Make sure you shake your fist at the screen as well. Potentially
and yell at the clouds.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Damn you, clouds!
I hate that one up there.
Lior came in with the oddly six. I don't even know what that is. Well, thanks so much for the super chat.
I've never
Sprint?
seen that before.
What is that?
I have no idea. I have no clue.
I got a 108 sprint and plat on Tetris Effect PS5. That just sounds like some other language to me. I have no idea what you just said, Lior, but thank you very much for your support of the super chat. Yeah, what is that?
Maybe it's crypto or something.
What
some
crazy?
Sort of like.
Nah, YouTube's not accepting crypto.
It's the same color as like $1.99 or $1 super chat. So it's like whatever 6.9.
That's an Israeli shekel.
Is that what it is?
I don't even know how you say that.
Yeah, that's it. An Israeli shekel. Okay, all right.
Thank you for your shekels.
Yes, we love all your shekels. Shekels is such a great term for money.
Great.
It's an awesome term. And Hosky came in and says a bad Tetris run is like a bad love life. It has a lot to do with low T.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
Good stuff right there. I love it.
Low hanging fruit, but good.
Yeah. That's side scrollers, low hanging fruit. Here we are. That's our tagline for the show.
Did you just call all of us low hanging fruit?
No, just the topic of our show sometimes.
Okay, that's better.
So when you do a daily show, sometimes you hit the low hanging fruit. So, all right. Let's see. Blabs, got anything before we take off?
Yeah, so tonight, guys, I'm going to be on Lethal Lightning's Twitch stream, and we always do every single Wednesday, Sea of Thieves, and you guys need to check out my character on Sea of Thieves. Her name is Chunky, and it's because I picked the ugliest, the fattest pirate that you could ever play on Sea of Thieves, and she literally just wears like a bikini and like a bra, and like that's it. She just walks around, and when she dives into the water, she causes tsunamis. Honestly, it's like the greatest stream, so I totally think you guys should check it out. I will drop it in the chat later. We are playing at 7 p.m. Eastern, so you guys got to be there.
Wait, Blabs, you're telling me, who are you to say how ugly your character is? And who are you?
I sent you a photo of it. She's gnarly, bro.
Okay, and who are you, Blabs, to say how overweight, fat is beautiful?
I am an istanophobe against the fat people, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
She's a...
Hold on.
Chunky for a reason.
No. You kidding me? She's a happy old lady. Look at this.
Yeah.
There she is right there.
That's my character.
Look, what's wrong with her? She's beautiful.
She looks like one of them like grumpy ancestors from Milan. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
She looks like she hates everyone who's thinner than her.
It's because she eats everybody.
Oh my God. All right, hey, Johnny came in with the $20 super chat. Johnny, thank you very much. Says Screw Attack not only opened me up into more types of games, but it was an early inspiration for me. I now write for games and love it. That's awesome, Johnny. Congratulations. That's great. So thanks, Craig. Glad to have you back and loving the show so far. Johnny, congratulations, man. That's awesome. Do you consider yourself a video game journalist?
A game journalist?
Johnny?
Do you complain about hard mode, Johnny? I don't think he does. I think I get a good vibe from this guy.
I think so too.
I think he plays hard mode or regular mode and doesn't complain that it's too hard.
There you go.
Right, Johnny?
Love that, Johnny. Love that.
You're on the stand, Johnny. I need answers.
Captain Philly came in with 100 bits. Says rather difficult for me to fanboy rage anymore unless someone calls Chrono Trigger garbage. Then I'll rip and tear like Doomzilla
It's
over
a
here.
great game. It's hard to deny Chrono Trigger being a good game.
All right. You got anything, Adam, before we get into the dive into the kids pool?
The kiddie pool.
The kids pool?
Yeah, the kiddie pool with the news.
Well, you don't dive into the kids pool because that'll hurt.
We do. It's dangerous.
He goes head first, just for the risk.
Well, I mean, if you're a trained diver, which I am, by the way, I was in swimming when I was younger, so I know how to dive. You're taught to hit, as soon as you hit the water, straighten out and go right along the surface to maintain your speed. So you can actually dive in shallower waters and be fine.
I feel like he knows the aerodynamics and everything you should be in your body position.
Listen, the
You should be
best
at, like, 20
aerodynamics
degrees.
come from wearing a Speedo, all right? The smallest one you can find, the better, all right? I'm just saying.
Did you shave your body?
No, I didn't have any hair on my
Then they've
body
got
when
all
I
the
was
friction, you know?
when I was swimming. I wasn't shaving.
All right.
Anyway.
Like my kids swim. They swim on swim teams and stuff. It's pretty fun. It's actually pretty fun. I never got into the swimming world before my kids started swimming, but it's intense, man. It's fun to watch for sure. I don't know. Once again, how do we get here?
What are we talking about?
Distraction number
the
2.
deep end. No, not the deep end. The kid pool.
The
but
kiddie
diving
pool.
correctly.
All right. Well, speaking of the kiddie pool,
I still wouldn't dive into the kiddie pool. Anyway, it's not smart.
This story may tie in, but right now it's time for my favorite segment. Your favorite segment. Everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for
Hard News.
That was good.
Oh, that was pretty good. All right. Okay.
I don't like how I'm judged every time. Every
No.
single time
Well,
I get
yesterday's
like a
first
rating.
attempt was just shit, and then you did better the second time, and now you're doing great again, so it's fine.
Now I botch it on purpose.
Speaking
Why?
of judging,
To spite
things,
you.
Blabs, can you judge every day we come out of that? I want to judge, and I'll
Like
put
on a
numbers.
10? I can do that. That was a good one. That was a 10 on 10.
I'll put numbers in the chat, so the chat can also rate your hard news via as well.
I don't
Great,
like
Adam.
this. This sucks. I shouldn't have said anything.
Chat, you
I
guys
did it to myself.
rate as well. Just a quick side note before we get into this news story. I was watching the slam dunk contest the other night. The
What's that?
It's a high school basketball slam dunk contest. It was on ESPN the other night. It had LeBron James Son in it. And usually in dunk contest, you get scored based off 1 to 10 rating. They have now removed 1 through 6 with the rating. So now the only way you can get scored is a 7 through 10 for your dunks or non-dunks.
What if it just
What?
sucked? What if you just are horrible? You just get straight 7s?
Did you
The-
just get like a -1?
If you don't even complete a dunk, you get a 7. That's the world we live in. Is that not just the dumbest shit you've ever heard in
I
your
feel
life?
like we need a Clown World score too for every episode. Like that was 1 point for Clown World.
Unreal.
Participation trophies are killing the human race.
We don't want to hurt. By the way, you know how much money Bronny James, a high school senior, has made this year?
Probably more than all of us combined.
Over $7 million.
Why?
Kid's
From
a millionaire from NIL, the name, image, and likeness deals that he has for being LeBron James' son. Like that, you can now be.
What is
paid.
he known for other than being LeBron James' son?
He's like a top 50 basketball player in high school in the United States. Like,
Okay.
but mostly he's known for being LeBron James' son. That's it. So, you know,
So sad. People are famous for being related to other people. It's like, oh.
yeah.
You
it's-
definitely earned your way, huh?
All right.
All right. No. Moving
yes.
forward, I will no longer accept any rating for my hard news
Under 7.
under 7. It must be 7 or above. Even if I botch it, it's 2023.
Even if he's
them-
not even
them's
here,
the
he
rules.
still gets a 7.
Them's the rules. All right.
No. Now, the idea here is common sense. We have a rating of 0 through 10 here on Side Scrollers. That's how we're
worth
going
a
to do
try.
it. No,
All right,
I'm
fine.
gonna slap that shit to half court, reject it Mutombo style. No. All right. Let's get into the news story because someone this year's E3 may be a 7 because
Minimum score 7.
Every year is a 7 at E3.
it wasn't always, man. Wasn't
Well,
always.
7 is the new
Yes.
whatever you want.
So here we go. Now, Sega and Tencent have also decided to skip E3 because Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, all three companies, are out of E3 this year. And now Sega and Tencent have decided to skip. And here's the quote.
Who's gonna be there?
Yeah, my thoughts exactly, Blabs.
This quote: "There is no possible way this show can happen."
Show must go on with who?
Oh,
Just one guy shows up. So I like
Where
games.
is everybody?
I didn't see
I've
this
seen the
either.
John Travolta meme where he's like looking around.
I
Is
didn't.
nobody there?
I didn't see this yesterday. Ubisoft announced they're withdrawing from E3 this year.
Wow.
Holy crap! Oh my god! It seems like few more third-party publishers have decided not to attend this event this year. According to IGN, Sega and Tencent will not be in attendance. In a statement, Sega mentioned how it would not be participating and look forward to sharing more information on announced and unannounced projects in the future. Why? Because they can control the narrative. They don't need a place to go to announce all this stuff anymore. They don't need it. Oh my gosh. Let's see. So they reached out to a number of different people, and IGN got a response from Devolver Digital. Do you guys know who Devolver is? Devolver Digital.
It sounds familiar, but
They've done several games, and the publisher said they've never officially attended the event. They've always been on the outside with signs and stuff. It's been great.
we were never allowed in.
Yep, exactly.
But we'll go now.
So Bandai Namco said that it would be attending Jeff Keighley's Play Days event, but did not confirm it would be attending this year's E3. Good Lord. The same report mentioned that there are now rumors that this year's E3 might not go ahead, with one knowledgeable source claiming there's no possible way this show can happen. Ubisoft's departure from the event follows Nintendo and Microsoft's exit, and Xbox opting to host its own showcase. It does
Bye,
not.
E3. No one
Bye,
cares.
every time.
No one cares.
I've been talking about this, literally for a decade, right? The idea that E3 is obsolete. And now it seems like COVID killed E3. And guess what stepped in? Jeff fucking Keighley. Jeff Keighley came in and used all of his resources to create the Game Awards. Then he went in, and now he has this show that he does, and that just took the place of E3. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing that to think that E3, this giant tentpole event that was the Super Bowl of video games, now is not going to exist at all. Just crazy.
We don't need it. The internet is more powerful.
I agree. Thanks, COVID. You ruined everything.
I'm like
Well,
a
you-
Star Wars
you've been
meme
saying
where
it
all
for-
I hear is Palpatine, I've become more possible.
Yeah.
More powerful and everything.
More possible? Is that what you said?
More powerful for some reason. I said possible, but
I
that
heard
works
possible.
too.
Okay. No, Craig, you've been saying it for over a decade.
Yeah.
So why was it going obsolete before? You said COVID killed it, but what was the reasoning a decade ago?
Yeah, the same reason it is now. You didn't.
The internet?
Yeah, the internet. Exactly. You didn't
Okay.
need to have a live event to get together. I've always thought that. What is the purpose of having an event that has 40,000 people go, that you have to wait in line for an hour to play a demo for a game to get their feedback, or just to see people's responses, when you could literally release a demo and get people excited instantly and gather all the feedback you want analytically from that demo, and know exactly how people play, know the way people go in the game, know the power-ups they get, gather all that information and learn more about it and hit a wider audience, and it cost a fraction of the cost of the physical event. Doesn't make any sense.
It makes me think of Diablo 4. So they had the early access beta, which was the first weekend that I played and talked about it on the following Monday. And then I think it was last weekend that they had the open beta where anyone could come and play. Seriously, anyone. You don't have to buy the game. You didn't have to pre-order it. You could just go play. You have to download the game, and you could play the open beta for free. And it's that's actually kind of crazy. That's like a demo before the game comes out. to try to get people to enjoy it. And also, I know that they were working on stuff because from the first weekend to the second weekend, the game ran so much smoother. And then even from the first day, last Friday, to the Sunday, it ran significantly smoother. And there was like crazy queue times. And then by the end, it was just like 1 minute queue time. You're just like in the game. And it's like,
So-
that's how it's done right there. Here, play
Right.
our game. Try it out.
I think back to my first E3 was E3 2006, right?
Okay.
And that was when the Wii was being released. And I remember, and I pulled this up. I think this is just amazing. This is the line to play the Wii at E3 2006. This was
Wow.
well, this is nothing. It was a 6-hour wait.
Wow.
And I actually think this may have been our video because we did a video like this for Screw Attack, and it was set to the Katamari Damacy theme, which was like, and I think ours was a little bit faster than this, but you can see this was a 6-hour line that went all the way through the convention center.
Oh
And
my goodness.
it was nuts. I mean, this line, to put this in perspective, the Wii booth was one of the first things you see in when you walked in. So I'm going to put it in perspective of like my frame here is the convention hall. So you'd walk in up here, and the booth is here, right? And this is probably a 30,000, 100,000 square foot convention space, right? So the line went all the way down, and it went in between other people's booths, down around. Then it went all the way to the back and curled all the way around. It was a 6-hour wait to play. And obviously the internet was in a much different place than it is right now. But you know, I don't know. E3 is obviously obsolete. It has been for a long time. But I will say this. There is something fun about the experience of going and playing something that feels exclusive. I'm the only one playing this. I get to play this. I'm one of the select few that gets to play this. But the irony of after this E3, it was so ridiculous and over the top. They had I remember walking in and seeing there was a Tony Hawk was skating on a half pipe in the convention hall. It was insane. There was a Tony Hawk Pro Skater game, and they had pro skaters and stuff. And it got so ridiculous and over the top that the following year they scaled it down to, it was called the E3 Business Expo or something. And they cut out all the crap. They gave everybody the same 20 by 20 booth. And it was just for industry insiders. And it sucked. And then the next year they came back and they're like, yeah, we screwed up. That was horrible.
That was a test run.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad. By the way, Ryan followed up, said, I'm not a journalist.
Good.
I read a lot of features that are turned into top 10/essay videos. No problems with heart mode. Definitely not a pro. Hey,
I like this guy.
let's go.
I like
Johnny.
this guy.
Let's go. Brown Boy came in with a $5 super chat. Says, I looked forward to E3 every year because all my favorite streamers would watch it and react. Oh yeah. It's actually the fun part of it for sure. And I think you can do that now with your Nintendo your Nintendo Directs, and now you can just react to these individual things. You don't need necessarily press conferences and stuff to do that, because they can do it in their own way. So,
but let's be real though. What are they actually reacting to? Right? They're reacting to the new trailers that are being unveiled. They're reacting to the new consoles that have been unveiled. Where I don't remember which company said that Xbox or Microsoft said we're gonna just do our own expo, just show our own product and release our own stuff. And so that stuff's going to happen from these companies that your favorite content creators will then go, oh, there's a new Gears of War coming. Let's react to the trailer. And you'll just find more specific things instead of just a broad, 6-hour long thing, it's still going to happen. I don't think anything's going to really change.
What's interesting about, an event like E3 going away is this is an industry event, right? But community events are still thriving. Your PAX and your MagFest and games, events where you get people together to just, talk about video games and the community aspect of video games. I don't know if it's ever been stronger, but the industry aspect of events just is obsolete now, which is crazy. Evan came in with the $69.99 super chat. Evan,
Nice.
massive.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for that. That is huge. It says, I don't see this as good news. For sure, things are easier when you make it all digital. E3 online relationships, movies, but we lose something huge with the loss of the tangible. In spite of the inconvenience, all these things have meaning in person. Evan, thank you so much for that. That is incredibly generous and huge. Can I get I don't mean to overstep my grounds, but can we get a toasty for that? There you
I
go.
felt the vibe.
Okay.
I felt the vibe.
Just making sure.
I got you.
Yeah, but I understand the sentiment behind the idea of having like a Super Bowl like event every year. But I think that's just kind of the way it goes. Like I said, other events, your big events, they're still thriving. If only we could have events that have an amount of common sense attached to them now. Like without
That's
diverting
too much to ask for.
without diverting too far, I saw like MagFest was requiring like proof of vaccination still, and like it's like papers, please.
Well, I won't be going there.
Yep, it's crazy, man. And like you still got to wear a mask at these events and stuff. It's like, okay, all right.
Don't get me started.
I know. Speaking of insanity, this is interesting. And when I speak of insanity, we speak of Australia. This was an interesting. It's almost like just a shred. Like Australia has been a place of insanity the last few years, but when it comes to video games, apparently there's a beacon of light shining through the insanity because the Australian government cracks down on loot boxes and in-game gambling with new age rating proposals, with the intention of being that it would propose games that if there's any sort of loot boxes or gambling, it would make it harder for kids to play them. With proposed changes that will, quote, protect the most vulnerable in our community from gambling harms and signal that such games are not appropriate for children.
That's good.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think that there's a couple layers to this, right? The idea that I'm not a huge fan of like government telling you what you can and cannot do.
Sure.
That's where I'm at right now.
Right. I think that you can have guidelines, right? We have a set of guidelines in the video game industry, right? We have the ESRB. They say, this game is rated E for everyone. This game is rated T for teen. This is M for mature. Now, those are in the same way we do for movies. We have R and PG-13 and PG and G and all those, NC17, XXX. But those are guidelines, right? Like a parent can take their kid to a rated R movie if they want to. A parent can buy an M-rated game for their child if they want to.
This is exactly what I'm thinking. We just need better parents. Just be better parents, please. Can you just be a fucking? How about just be a parent? How about just help your kid understand what everything is, and that's how it should be. Go ahead, Blabs.
No, I was just saying this will just change the rating of the games, correct? This be like raising it up to like mature M3, so stopping the young ones. So it might actually help some.
What's it gonna do, really?
No, it's not gonna do much, but it might like.
Shit.
Well, the way I see it is like if a parent sees it, some of them will be less inclined to buy it for their kid. There's a few of those who are like very like based on ratings. There's a few like that, but otherwise we might not do it.
Those kind of parents aren't letting their kids play those kind of games anyway.
Yeah, that is also true.
It don't matter.
I'd be smart, people. Use those brain cells.
Invader says, although parents can't take their under 17s to NC17 movies, but apparently they can take them to drag shows, which is fine. So that's great.
You're making Adam triggered. I saw the lip curl just then.
What?
I know where Adam's brain is for sure. I know exactly where he is. But what is
get the government out of my fucking life. That's where I'm at. All right. Yep. Stop trying to control shit. I don't know if you guys know about the Restrict Act, but I mean the shit is insane. Like they really want to control all aspects of this life. Oh, Australia is trying to like crack down on something. Fuck Australia. All right. I can't stand the Australian government. In fact, name a government. All right. And I'll tell you why I don't like them.
Zimbabwe.
They all suck.
Their government. That's the reason.
Actually, it's funny, the NC17 side of it. I'm curious. I don't know exactly what the difference between a rated R and an NC17 movie is, so I just searched it real fast because I'm just interested. And looks like this. So apparently restricted is children under 17 requiring accompanying a parent or adult. An R-rated picture in the view of the rating board contains some adult material. An R-rated motion picture may include adult themes, adult activity, hard language, intense and persistent violence, sexual oriented nudity, drug abuse, and other elements, so that parents are counseled to take this rating very seriously. Children under 17 are not allowed to attend rated R movies unaccompanied by a parent or adult. Got it. NC-17 is a motion picture that no children will be admitted. NC-17 does not mean obscene or pornographic in the common or legal means of these words, and should not be construed as a negative judgment in any sense. The rating simply signals that the content is inappropriate, or the content is inappropriate for the adult, only for an adult audience. An NC-17 rating can be based on violent, sex, aberrational behavior, drug abuse, and any other element that most parents would consider too strong and therefore off limits to be viewed by their children.
So most drag events should be NC-17.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's how I feel about it.
Sorry, we're putting you to sleep, Sir Admiral Pancakes, but I'm just curious.
A great name.
Hey, by the way, Scotty says, F, yes, I'm from Australia, Darty. How do you deal with it, man? I don't know. It's funny. We had a
They have
G2.
great weather. That's probably how they deal with it.
Yeah.
And yet everything wants to kill you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's true. Everything. All the animals, including the kangaroos.
Yep. Mythbro says MPAA's ratings are so obsolete and pointless. Kids can see worse stuff on the internet. Been that way for a while.
That is also
Yes.
true.
Correct.
Yes, absolutely. It's
We
crazy.
need better parents. Be better parents. Excuse me.
Just be better humans. Literally solves everything.
Who are you to
Good.
decide what a better human is, Blabs?
Listen, apparently I've decided what's fat and what's not, and what's good and what's bad. I guess.
Well,
That's
I
all
don't know.
good and all
I don't
that.
know if you knew this, Craig, but
Hmm.
being fat it's not healthy. It's actually unhealthy.
Who are you to
Not
tell
according
me?
to like the mainstream media. They're promoting it. You know, going to the gym means you're a bad person.
Who are you to tell me what is
Just
healthy
saying.
and what's not healthy, Adam? Who are you? Who are you to tell me?
We're like
Just-
dancing
just
around
saying,
right now,
okay?
poking the bear.
I'm just saying. Hey, Blabs, you agree with me? What are you talking about?
Oh, I do. I totally do. But
Why-
it's all good.
I don't understand. How are you? You agree with me, but you're trying to like poke the bear, but
Yeah,
I don't get it. You're helping
trigger
me
the
here.
bear. Trigger.
I'm good. I'm cool with it. Like
Okay.
what?
We're dancing around
You're-
politics.
You're
is what
backing
my
me up, dude.
metaphor
This is great.
Oh, I'm usually on your side in case you haven't noticed, but I just like to poke you.
Just
Poke
your
the bear.
ridiculous, as Tick Rule says, you're just ridiculous fat shaming.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Lizzo is beautiful and brave. So
I believe it's stunning
beautiful.
and brave, actually.
You know,
No.
I gotta say, Lizzo does look very unhealthy, but she is an incredible flutist.
Yes, she is.
Did you hear her play the flute? She's so
Mhm.
fucking talented. It's like wow. Like I want her to make good music and maybe
But just don't touch the historical
live
flutes.
longer. Why? She played the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, but why? That's meant to be like, no, don't touch it. Leave it alone. It's historical.
I
Leave
don't
it.
agree. I don't agree. She is incredible, and she played that
You
thing
want
so
her to
beautifully.
twerk with it? I don't think so.
Look, I don't agree with the twerking. I think that was very insulting. All right, but
Okay.
when the video went viral of her twerking with it, but then if you actually like watch her when she plays the professional side of her, the musician
Mhm.
plays the flute, she fucking killed it. But
No,
then
she 100% did.
and then
I
she
just-
started twerking, and I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, like if she came out there looking classy and played it without twerking, sure, why not? But she didn't, so therefore it goes back to the museum. No touch.
yeah.
She lost the opportunity to play with it. No.
Yeah, when they brought it to her on the stage, I was like, well, what the fuck is this? She already twerked in the freaking government
Mhm.
building. She should
Yeah.
have been cut off
Yeah.
from playing the flute after
Yeah,
that.
but administration likes twerking and shit.
Yeah, probably. They
Hey.
like debauchery. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Lil Yama
Uh-huh.
says, "Hey Adam, I'm 300 pounds, 6'3", Native American. I can still spin kick your bra."
Okay.
Okay.
Are you triggered? It sounds like you're triggered.
Little Yama, hey, thanks so much for your support. Glad you're here today. Like I hey, like I said, I think everybody struggles with weight. It's just a matter of how much you struggle with it. But I do think that once again, this is a common sense podcast, and I think everyone needs to take control of their health. It's very hard to do. Literally everybody struggles with it. So I hope that you can find a way. Just I speak in general terms. You can find a way to control.
It means you, Adam.
Well, clearly I'm insufferable. I love it. I love triggering you. Get triggered. I don't give a fuck.
Hayden says, "I think the flute hadn't ever been played before." Is what one of the
I
major
think that's
issues
true.
is. Yes.
Like, why her of everyone? Fucking twerking around. Nah.
Yeah, I
Classier
don't
people.
like the twerking thing.
Mm-mm.
I didn't know she was a good of a musician as she was. I was blown away by her actual flute playing.
Mm-hmm.
She plays the mean flute.
The flautist.
Dargan says, "Common sense podcast." What have we said that's not common sense today?
Right.
what have we said that's not common sense? Just curious. Dargan, we love you. All right. Speaking of common sense, let's get into today's topic today. I think this will trigger more people today.
Really?
So,
all right.
So this is what I want to talk about.
Yeah, fire away.
Okay. So yesterday we were talking about the new Zelda game, and it was a crazy split in the chat, and I caught something that I was like, that's interesting. And Toxic, I think you're here. Yeah, Toxic is still in chat. You called me not a real Zelda fan because I didn't like the new stuff. And I think that's ridiculous. And I think it is part of a conversation that we can have about not even just fanboys, the video game fanboy thing that the thumbnail that you put on there, but the civil discourse is dying nowadays, and the ability to not disagree with someone and still be cool with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's an essence of like, I can have a different opinion and we can still be cool, that is just being gone. Like, I love Zelda games. I don't love this Zelda game. So that makes me not a Zelda fan. Like that, I think that's a stupid take. And I think that there's a bigger issue here that has nothing to do with Zelda. It's more about if you don't agree with me, you're a Nazi. I mean, just to pull it to the extreme, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people in certain circles that will do this significantly more often than not. But we're seeing it everywhere. Do you agree with me or not? What do you guys think?
I think that, when you think of like console fanboys, right? Like I love Nintendo. I've always loved Nintendo, right? And I think there's a divisiveness in society, and I think it started in gaming, at least in our little bubble here of gaming. It's very easy to pick out. You can point in any direction, find a fanboy of a certain console, a certain company, a certain game franchise, whatever it may be. And people they take offense to the idea that if you were to be a Sony fanboy and you were to compliment Nintendo on something they did, or God willing, you buy an Xbox, that you're a fucking traitor. How dare you? You know what I mean?
Console pleb.
Right.
Mouse and keyboard's better.
Right. Or PC master
Controller
race,
players
right?
need aim assist to be good. You fucking suck, really.
Right. And it goes back to, I think that's actually a really good segue in like the whole PC master race thing, right? It's like, oh, you can't get better than PC. It's the best thing, right? And then it's what type of PC do you have? And well, thank you, Adam. Just be a little more divisive.
Hey, I'm thinking it's better.
Chat.
I'm not saying if you're a console player, you're a pleb. There's a huge difference, right? You see the difference though? Like, I love my gaming computer. I used to play consoles forever. Now I have a really strong computer. I fucking love gaming on a computer now. And I used to game on computer and then mostly consoles most of my life. But, I think PC is the stronger gaming device.
Mr. Paul Lyon, thanks so much for becoming a brand new member on the channel. Greatly appreciate that. And the Glitch Witch says, gatekeeping fandom / entertainment media is the most insane thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
No one has a place No one has a place in telling someone that they're not a real fan of something, right?
Right.
And I think everyone's fandom ranges, right?
Well, I just want to say, Toxic said in chat he would never say that. It might not have been you, and I apologize if it wasn't you. Someone said it in chat, and I know that you were being rather spicy with my Zelda takes yesterday. So, and I saw you in chat, so I thought it might have been you. So, apologies if it wasn't you, sir.
Paul brings up like a real common sense question. Says, why do people show loyalty to companies that don't care about that, right? So, or specifically, don't care about you, right?
They just want your money,
right? And they there are companies that want to produce quality games, right? 100%. But at the end of the day, they want to produce quality games, so you buy them and they get your $60, right? It's.
I think there's a line where a company will start to make quality games, maybe to make money, but like we're gonna make really good games to make money, and then it turns into, once it gets too big, and it turns into a corporation. All right, we need to make money, so let's make a good game. All right, to make more money. So, but the order is different. Before it's like, let's make a good game, and then we'll make money because it's going to be a good game. And then there's like a shift that happens. Like, all right, we got shareholders now. We gotta make the board members happy and get like a good profit margin. So we have to make money. So we got to make a good game so we can make money. You see how there's another step in between of like their desires of why they're a company, and that ruins a company when they change that.
So Travis in the chat says, you can't tell me Miyamoto don't. Speaking, I think you're specifically, Travis, saying of like Miyamoto doesn't want to make good games. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is, how much do you think has been cut from those games that could have been so much better because there was a timeline attached to it? They needed to get a game out to meet a deadline for for an earnings call, right? If you are truly an artist, right, and an artist can do and say and create the art that they want to create in the time that they want to create it, in the vision that they want to create it, right? But as soon as you start saying, as soon as somebody else starts putting their fingers into it and saying, well, maybe you should do this, right? Then all of a sudden you become a part of your business. You're no longer an artist, right?
Right.
And it'd be extremely naive to think that your favorite video game developer is innocent
Software.
in this. Right. Like, if you don't think that From Software hasn't cut all sorts of bullshit from their games or held on to things for DLC, or, like DLC used to be something when it originally came out with the intention of like, well, the fans want it, so we're going to give them more. Right. But now DLC is part of a video game. It's part of the planning of a video game. This is our DLC pack 1. This is DLC pack 2, games as a service. So now people they're giving you a base product with the intention of you buying more of that product down the line. Because why would they want to get $60 out of you when they can get $100 out of you?
I will happily buy every DLC from Software. Happily.
Right.
And I have every single one.
Jason came in and says it's the same with Final Fantasy. If you don't like Final Fantasy 7, but
if you like Final Fantasy
7, but don't like the older NES/SNES one, then you are not a true Final Fantasy fan. Hate that shit.
Yeah, it is silly. It is silly. I mean, some people don't even like the turnstile. You don't like the turnstile games, but you might actually enjoy the newer action-based Final Fantasy stuff because you're actually moving around, you're actually slashing the swords, you're moving, and it's not, well, there is elements of turn-based, but it's not really. It's more of like when you can cast a new spell, but you're constantly running around, slashing, attacking. It's more of an action style RPG than it used to be. And there's people that love that kind of stuff where I don't well, it's not that I don't prefer it. I actually do enjoy the new style. It is fun. But I love the old styles. Final Fantasy VI is freaking amazing. They really, if you don't like Final Fantasy VI or you never played Final Fantasy VI, I feel like that's really the key, because there's a lot of people that that's what it all revolves around is Final Fantasy VI. That's the out that kind of made it more 3D. You're running around. I don't know. I think that's really the pinnacle Final Fantasy game, that's the true definition of if you're a real fan or not, which I don't agree with. I think if you like a Final Fantasy game, and you really love it, you're a fan. You fell in love with the Final Fantasy world. Like my favorite Final Fantasy is Tactics. I don't even know if that's people even know what have you heard of Final Fantasy Tactics?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you've heard of it.
Mhm.
Amazing game. I love that game so much. I played the shit out of that game. Probably more than any of the other Final Fantasies. And I'm a Final Fantasy fan, but even if it was just because of Final Fantasy Tactics.
Holly
But I
came in.
played a lot more. Go ahead.
Holly came in and says, "Yeah, EA is real bad about that." Speaking of the planning things out there, so I spent well over $1,000 to have all the Sims 4 packs.
Rough.
Holly,
It was over 1,000 for every pack.
Mm-mm.
Holy crap, dude! Microtransactions are macro
It's
transactions,
EA.
I guess.
It's kind of fun too.
It's not even micro anymore. My goodness.
Man, Holly, do you like? And this is a legit question. Do you feel like it was worth it? Do you feel satisfied from that? Do you feel like you completed all of Sims 4 because you spent all that? You know, and
Over 60 packs, she says.
yeah, like, and
Wow.
I'm not criticizing. I'm genuinely curious because I can't imagine spending $1,000 on a video game. But once again, you, Holly, are a whale when it comes to buying these things. You
Well,
are
it could have been over a long time. And from what I know about The Sims, it's very much like world building and creating your own little universe. Like people who love doll houses as a kid, who love building and interior design, like you're kind of getting all of that out of that game. So she's probably obviously she loves it, and to put that much money into it, she's probably made her money back in her enjoyment that she's put into that
Mhm.
game.
right.
She says she's
Um,
played it for almost a decade.
There you go. For 10 years, 9 years,
Well,
whatever.
no. Consider how much you spend on a game, right? 70 bucks up. Kind of adds up to over a decade. 1K.
Yeah, buy a new
Right.
game every year,
Yeah.
maybe 2. End up never even playing them. They just sit on your Steam list.
Forever and ever. And you're like,
Anyway.
yeah, about that.
right.
I don't even want to look at my Steam list.
No, I think Steam is this place where you buy these things that you don't even know you want, and then they just sit there, and then you like, oh, I have that. Oh, really? The same with like
And then you
Humble
go and
Bundle.
play the same game you always play anyway.
Right. With Humble Bundles, even worse. Upus came in with the
Dutch kroner.
Dutch kroner. Thank you so much.
Or
Says-
Danish kroner.
Currency Adam.
there you go.
I think so. I've been doing this for a couple of years, so. And I also, this might like my neighbor. Anyway, go ahead.
Not
Finland.
Sweden. Yes, there we go. As being a fan stops when an individual tries to subvert the hobby or franchise to make it into something else. Dungeons and Dragons is a good example of this. Same thing with the whole FromSoft easy mode controversy, right? And I think that the sentiment there is that if you are a fan and you kind of you want to reach in and change it to your liking instead of trusting the people who are creating it. It's one
Right.
thing to like listen. It's one thing to listen to your audience. It's one thing to be directed by your audience. If that makes sense.
Oh, definitely.
Right.
Yeah, and there's too many corporations that are listening to an audience that actually doesn't give a shit. That's a
Right.
huge issue. Like they don't care. They're like, oh, I just tried this for the first time ever. You should change everything about it. Okay, random person who I don't even like doesn't matter at all to my game in the slightest, because the player base is out there going, don't listen to them. Your game's amazing. Like, why?
Mhm.
And then they change it, and then suddenly the game sucks. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and those people are the ones that assume that the orcs represent certain people and all that. Yeah.
Blabs, I also want to say I got to blame you for something real quick.
Uh-oh.
What else is new? Go on.
I have people asking me, how long have you been living in Finland? I really I love Finland, and where should I go visit? And I'm like, I don't live in Finland. This is I don't, it's not a joke when people don't actually know that I don't live in Finland.
Yeah, you do. What are you
But-
talking about?
Yeah, I
You sent
don't.
me a
I've
postcard.
never been. Yeah,
It's
it's-
Finland.
sure.
Stick it on my fridge.
You know what? I'm gonna go to Finland one day, and I'm gonna get a postcard. I'm gonna send it to you. And
Like,
you know what it's gonna say?
guys?
You know what it's gonna say? I don't
Shut
live
up,
here.
Blabs. Oh.
Shut up, Labs.
Okay.
You know,
Anyway.
I'll say this about bringing this back to the video game competition or the video game world and kind of the fanboy aspect of it. I've always loved Street Fighter. I'm a big Street Fighter fan, right? You know, and I'll say this. I was not a fan of Street Fighter 5, right? I'm interested in Street Fighter 6, but my gut tells me Street Fighter 6, I'm probably not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. I'm probably done with
That's
the Street
sad.
Fighter franchise. But
Why? Why though? Why?
I just don't have time to sit down and play and learn the game like I'd want to play,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
And it has nothing to do with like I feel like I've kind of aged out, right? Of my time playing Street Fighter. But I will always be a Street Fighter fan. Now, I will say we had a conversation with my daughter last night, right? My daughter, it was an important life conversation last night where what I said to her was, honey, I will always unconditionally love you, right? But that does not mean I will always love the things that you do.
You watched
Right.
my show last night, didn't you?
Oh, yes, I took it directly from your show. Yes, because that was such a great quote. It was
Georgia Giant Slayer. Shout out
Yes.
to Georgia Giant Slayer.
That was a phenomenal quote, and I used it
Yeah,
last night.
It's very good.
And yes, George was on it last night when he said that, and I really resonated with me. I was literally in the grocery store listening to your show as it was happening, and I was like, wow, that's such a profound statement. But that can also be put into the video game space. You can love a company. You can
Right.
love a franchise. That doesn't mean you're going to always love the things that franchise does.
Great
right?
point. I never even thought about that.
Right. And so when you go in and you have criticisms over Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, that doesn't mean you're not a Nintendo or a Zelda fan. It just means that you don't necessarily like the idea of certain aspects of that game. And that's okay, you know, because there's other opportunities to do. There's other things to do in that game or other games within that franchise. There are 2D Metroid games. There are 3D Metroid games, right? There are 2D Zelda games, 3D Zelda games. There are Call of Duty. There's Call of Duty campaigns, but there's also multiplayer in Call of Duty. There are Battle Royale in Call of Duty, right? There's so many different ways to look at these franchises. They're more than just one singular experience. And saying that you love a franchise but may not necessarily like this aspect of the franchise is totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Spot
There you
on. Oh,
Thank you.
we got a reaction. The crowd is going wild. Craig hit it out of the park. It's gone. That ball
Home
is
run.
gone.
There
The
you go.
bases were loaded. It is a grand slam.
Was that a
Anyway.
7 out of 10 or is that a okay?
Yeah, no, I'd say it's about an 8.
No, fuck that. Yeah, it was a 10.
All right, we did it. We did
I
it.
want to be a little
Especially
hard
because he
ass,
got
that's
the idea from my show. I love that.
That's why it became the 10. Otherwise, it would have been an 8. You see?
Hey,
You
I'm
bumped it
biased.
because it's self-bumping up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Self-bump.
my boy, hey, Riff from Pixel Game Squad came in with a $4.99 super chat. Says I 100% was a Screw Attack fanboy. Was closing in on we're closing in on 100K, and I thank Craig for all the years of inspiration of creating. The good work changed my world. Hey, that's awesome, Pixel Game
Love
Squad.
that.
You're my boy. I look forward to doing more stuff with you in the future. We definitely need to have you on the show because great content over there, and you definitely need to check out Pixel Game Squad for sure. And it's really like humbling to hear stuff like that. And once again, people may have been a Screw Attack fanboy. That doesn't mean they liked everything that we did. I promise you that, because I guarantee you that for sure. So,
I
anyways.
think people need to stop being so entitled and telling others what they are and what they are and what they should enjoy and what they shouldn't enjoy, you know? Just let
Mhm.
people be themselves. If they're not hurting anybody, they're not hurting you, they're not hurting themselves, nobody, let them go and be peaceful. Be done
And
with it.
piggybacking off of that too, don't also require those same people to validate you in what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a double-edged sword. Either direction you go, you're cutting yourself.
As Travis says, aren't the people who are going to complain the loudest the biggest fans? They are the ones who will find the faults. I think about the people who complain about the Zelda timeline. They are clearly fans, but that doesn't mean they're right. You know,
Doesn't
just
mean
because
that they're the majority either. Doesn't just because it'll last doesn't mean the majority.
It is true though that some of the loudest complainers are the ones who love it the most.
That's true.
It's true.
Yeah, valid.
Mhm. Yeah, I
But
think
that's
of like
not always the case.
I think of like Geeks and Gamers, right? They've been very critical of Star Wars and the direction of the Star Wars franchise, and
True.
some people have. I think they've been very adamant about their stance on the direction of the franchise, and
Well, Star Wars ended in 2012, I think.
Yes.
Isn't it done? Yeah, Star Wars.
Yes.
The Star Wars stories are done.
There's only
There's
6
no more.
movies.
Yeah. So shame.
I thought it'd be fun, just real quick, to talk about I found this list of the 16 most expensive games on Steam and how much they cost. Unless you want to like continue the conversation. I don't know. Do you guys?
I want to know what the most expensive games are.
Yeah, we're good. Let's move on. That's good.
Sounds good.
Fine.
Chat, I would love for you to continue the conversation down below. What are your thoughts on console fanboys? Is there room for everyone to live in harmony without the predatory nature of loving Nintendo or Sony or Zelda or Nintendo or Mario or pick whatever you want? Can't we all just get along? Right? Let me know down in the comments.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we
take her out of here?
No, I'm not dealing with that shit today, Blabs.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
I'm not dealing with that shit.
Couldn't handle it, man.
Straight to half court. Rejected.
Listen.
All right.
There's some truth to the song.
Okay. Yeah, there is. This is from September of last year, so it may have been changed a little bit. But either way, this is kind of crazy. The 16 most expensive games on Steam and how much they cost. Thanks to Game Rant for finding this list. We can start right here. We'll just kind of go quick. It's a VR game, $119.99. VR CPR.
Wow.
119. 1,000 stages.
Wait, no. What is that?
Is it like teaching CPR?
Okay.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Yeah, sure. It's a little bigger for you. Oh, wrong one.
The visuals on display in VR CPR are actually pretty impressive. Whether there are many would-be first aiders willing to take medical advice from a game developed and published by a company called Studio Evil remains to be seen. Wow. Even if people are able to look past this unfortunate name, the $120 price tag will likely prove to be a bit of a stumbling block. That's actually pretty interesting if it's like real and you're actually learning stuff. That like if you're actually doing medical stuff, that's kind of interesting. Not that I'm interested in it, but it's a good learning tool.
Right. It only has one Steam review in which the author questions whether the game uses the latest AHA CPR guidelines. That's actually kind of funny. So
do you get to practice on like the Bee Gees and Queen?
Oh no, Blabs, no.
Yes.
1,000 stages, adventures. What is this? This is
what?
A 2D walking simulator. More looks like an Atari 2600 game. It will set players back $150. Although the developer has expressed willingness to provide free keys for those whose monthly income is below $800. So you can
what?
If you have less than 800, if you're making less than $800 a month, then the developer is willing to give it to you for free. So it's funny.
What are they trying to do? Just have a crazy expensive game that like rich people will just buy? Is that the plan?
There's people out there who would just buy it just to buy it.
It's really weird.
Run Thief, $200 price tag.
$200.
It's an early access title that looks more like a 90s bargain bin game than something that was released in the mid 2019. Wow, interesting. All right, let's continue on. The Island of Dr. Yepstein.
I don't want to know what this is about.
No. Oh no.
All right. Sounds good.
Moving on.
Virtual Orator. Okay, let's see. The idea behind it is an incredible simple one. Provide a VR experience that helps you overcome the fear of public speaking.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, $200 is stupid. I mean, that should be $20 to help people. Why is that $200? That's stupid.
That's a great idea.
No, you know why it's $200? Because they know that government programs will probably buy a shit ton of them for their different offices.
Mm-hmm.
So like, oh yeah, well, we've got this VR program you can use. Yeah, it's $200, but in the budget of a big like government whatever, they're like, yeah, whatever, buy like 30 copies and like have them in the different offices around whatever. And this place is probably banking because of it.
It's a drop in the
Probably.
bucket. Yeah, drop in the
Same
bucket.
with the CPR thing, actually. Yeah,
Yep.
superfluous moniker. Yeah, exactly. Same shit.
Reincarnation of Ocean.
What?
This does not look good. Released in August of 2021, a side-scrolling RPG adventure game by Chinese developer Cat Gaming. Unfortunately, not a single person has reviewed the game so far, which makes it difficult to determine whether it might actually be worth its outrageous price tag.
We're gonna need Craig to actually get this game and review it.
Is it worth the price tag?
Is it worth the price? What do you guys think, huh?
I will say this. If we can, that is wonderful.
Put it on the list. Put it on the list.
Patreon content, right? That'd be if maybe we can have a Patreon goal. If somebody wants to, if you want to head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers, you guys become patrons. That's going to allow us to invest $200 into a game.
Well, should we even do it? Is the question.
I don't know. Maybe there's something in there. Who knows?
Okay.
Arcade Drift. Arcade Drift can be a lot of fun, and its stylized visuals are pretty on par with a lot of modern mobile games. The issue is that most modern mobile games are given away for free, not the ludicrous $199 price tag. So there you go. It's a drifting game. The game boasts 5 maps and 3 cars
for $200.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Fight. $200.
What the fuck is this shit?
It's actually an FPS game. Was developed and self-published by Chinese company Rongyu.
Yeah, they are wronging us, paying $200.
Yes. So whenever you pay it, they go Rongyu. You should not pay. You should not pay $200 for this game.
No, they're setting out to wrong you. That's what they're doing.
There it is. Love it. Love that. Currently has no reviews. All right. Safety Education. All right. Japanese developer Koyu has released 2 games on Steam, both of which are priced at $199. The first is a VR disaster simulator called Safety Education, which aims to teach players how to escape danger in the event of an earthquake or flood. It's pretty basic and can only be played in Japanese. All right.
And the government probably buys a shit ton of them.
The developer's second title, COVID-19 Epidemic Prevention, has no user reviews. Well, you already have it just tells you to put on a face mask, right? And you'll be good. Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Is this ignorant?
$200. What the fuck is this?
Nice to meet you. I call magical doll Nana. What?
Oh my god. Metal Triforce is right, man. That's straight up exploitation. That's not a game. That's exploitation. That's crazy.
Get this shit off. Get this shit out of here.
Doll. Wow.
Whale. WHALE stands for Water and Hydrogeological Analysis Laboratories Enterprise. It's an educational VR experience that aims to teach players about substantial water development. It was created as part of a collaboration between an Italian university and the European Union, currently price tag at $199.99.
No lie, the first time you see that image, that thing, it looks like a Nokia cell phone.
Flip phone. Go like this with your
all
thing.
of these super expensive programs are all I see is government waste.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. We'll sell it for $200. Lots of people will buy it.
The government will buy it.
V Remedies. Oh, this is another one. V Remedies Procedure Experience. It's a VR simulator, a series of 4 VR simulators geared around different medical procedures. Each one is priced at $200 and focuses on specific procedure, including
each
CT.
one?
Yep.
It's $200 per. Oh my god. These companies are taking advantage in the worst way. God.
$800 right there.
I hate it. I hate these companies.
Derelict. Look at this. Look at this game. People should not buy Derelict, at least according to the game's developer, Jepper. Anyway.
So hang on, they developed the game. They're like, don't buy this.
Right.
It's bad, bro.
It says so several times right on the store Steam page, with with a news post explaining that the development of the early access title was put on hold indefinitely in early 2020 due to the developer running into legal troubles and losing their job. Rather than taking the game down, however, Jepper simply increased the price to discourage people from buying it, although remarkably, more than one person has shelled out the $200 required to purchase it. The developer did recently post that they'd resume work on the game, however, so it's likely that the price will drop back down to a sensible amount in the not too distant future.
Bullshit.
Well, that's awesome. That's so freaking funny.
I don't trust that person at all. I don't trust any of these companies.
Do you guys know what Cameo is?
Yes.
Cameo, where you can like hire a celebrity to
like a 2-minute like personalized video.
Right, and you know they're like between $5 and $100. Most of them, you know, it kind of depends on who you're dealing with, right? I thought it'd be silly to we should make. I actually pitched this a few years ago when I was working at Game Attack. We make this like we do a Cameo, but it's like a ridiculous price, like I don't know, $5,000, whatever, and it's so stupidly expensive. But in the cameos, like there's like real life explosions, and you spend, you know, you put $4,000 of that budget of whatever they spent into the video, and you make it like the most spectacular 2-minute video ever. You know, it's just so ridiculous. But there's something to the idea of there's a ridiculous price attached to something, and people will still want it somehow. You know, it's crazy. So.
I think you're not going expensive enough.
No, 10,000, 15,
$20,000.
Yeah.
$1 million.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should we'll do a side scrollers cameo for $20,000. And
no, that's too much. That's
okay.
too much. I was just playing.
Derelict. Earthquake escape. Okay, once again, I think this is the same idea.
Stupid, dude.
Yep.
Same shit, man. Government waste. Taking advantage of government programs.
Yep. Super Fight, a side-scrolling beat-em-up similar to Streets of Rage or Double Dragon games from yesteryear. There are a few key differences, however, the most notable being that there's one stage and just a single enemy type. There are 2 unique playable characters, though, as well as a number of different single-use weapons that will make Breath of the Wild fans feel right at home.
That's funny.
At least 18 people have splashed out the $200 needed to add Super Fight to their Steam libraries. What? Wow. It's mostly positive. All right, sounds good. That's great. Thanks to the plethora of joke reviews, though, almost 2/3 of the game reviews are positive. That's insane. That is insane. Just that somebody had the audacity to do this. But good for them. Good for them. Wow. That's crazy. Ascend free roaming VR experience. Not $1,000.
$1,000.
Given
Yikes.
it's okay, let's see.
I feel like it could be good.
But 4 people have reviewed it. 4 people. 3 of the reviews simply read "not bad," with the 4th is in Russian, loosely translate to "light." Reviews elsewhere suggest that the game is all cracked up to be, with the VR shop giving it rating just 5 out of 100.
Rough.
Oof. That's bad.
Wow.
That's insane. So there you go. Ascent VR free roaming experience for $1,000. Good for them. Good for them. They did it. They found the most expensive game on Steam. Golly. It's crazy to think how much people have gone. Oh, it now has 7 reviews, by the way. I just pulled it up. Check it out.
Just checked.
Yes, 7 reviews. 7 user reviews from Fury Games. So there you go. Oh, product refunded. They got a refund on this one, even though it was recommended. It's from July 2020. So
that was the developer.
Best game ever. So anyways, congratulations to them selling $7,000 worth of video games with a VR game. Good for them.
Anyone else?
What's that?
Nothing.
Okay.
I wasn't calling, making fun of you.
Mountain Dew Ramen came in with the $5 super chat. Says Caitlyn Jenner charges thousands, and the cameos are balls. your cameos would be a good deal in retrospect.
Send Caitlyn Jenner's cameos to Africa, please. They're balls.
Is that true? Caitlyn Jenner does. Now I'm curious. Now we got to find that out. Hold on, this is actually really important.
I don't want to know. I don't want to talk about her. I don't
Just
give
curious.
a fuck. I was talking about people being rich or famous because of someone else. Like, why are they famous? Why? What is the Jenner thing? I don't fucking get it.
I don't get it. The
They're
only
not
thing
worth
I
our
got
time.
was first
$2,500, by the way. $2,500 for Caitlyn Jenner.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Adam has officially turned off the camera. He's taking deep breaths. He is relaxing.
Listen, I have a question here from Go210 in the chat. Says,
Yes.
any update on Craig's shaved head?
Yeah, I literally went over it again today. It's still shaved.
Are you just going to keep shaving it down?
Yeah.
What's
I told
the
you,
goal here?
one of two things are going to happen with it. Like right now,
Comb over or bald forever?
No. Probably one of two things. Either I'm using like the stuff on your head that's supposed to like after like 6 months, whatever. I've had a bunch of that.
Shine it.
Yeah, shine it up.
Cue ball?
You guys get head buffs?
No. It's supposed to grow your hair back small, right? Who knows, right? It's just chemicals they put on your head. We'll see what happens. So one of two things are going to happen. Either I will stay bald, or I think in time, eventually, I may potentially get if I get a sponsor for this, God, that'd be awesome. Like there's this FUE thing where they take hair follicles from your back. It's not like a strip. The hair loss thing is interesting, man, because with the hair loss thing, they used to like take a strip of your hair on the back of your head, and then they like plant it in the front. But now they take individual hair follicles and they put them into your hair follicles up here, and they just like grow back. I don't know how it works. It just seems kind of interesting, and it seems kind of a logical thing to do. Yeah. Yeah. It's supposed to be. Yeah. But
Leo in chat says, "You got a hairy back, Craig?"
No, I do not. No.
Well, it's a shame. I mean, they could have just, you could have had back hair up there. No.
Ew! Ew!
Calm said,
What about armpit hair?
So just had a coworker go to Turkey for a hair transplant. Very cheap. He was happy.
Nasty, Adam.
Come on, that's funny.
I'm gonna spray you with a water bottle. No.
It's funny. Calm. I want to let you know, when I first read that, I had a coworker get a turkey hair transplant. I was like,
just feathers, just a bunch of feathers.
It's good. Funny. I said, I don't really care. Like for me, yeah, like I'm totally fine with shaving the head. I'm totally fine with that. I have no problem with that at all. But I do like hair, but I'm not
People
like
get tattoos now where it's like
I'm not doing
the
that
hair
shit.
and all that.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird, bro. That's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm totally fine with like shaving my head. I'm totally not self-conscious when it comes to that. I actually like having less hair on my head and not having to like deal with it on my hat and stuff. I don't mind it at all.
I kind of miss my long hair.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, I had most of my adult life. I had like long hair, and I don't know. I kind of miss it. But it would always annoy me when I had long hair. It's weird. I don't understand it either. It makes no sense.
Black Viber says, Craig, you do care. You're wearing a hat. But I've worn a hat for 17 years online. That's why I wear a hat still. So, and when I don't wear a hat, people go, put your hat on. And they get mad at me.
I would be mad.
I just want you to come back with a wig on every so often. Just not even talk about it.
I want different wigs too.
Yes.
Craig's mom, please hook this man up.
And the sign. We're waiting for the sign, Craig's mom. Where is it?
Where's the sign? We need reasons to make fun of him.
The sign is long gone. Well, you can look for reasons, but you can't find them. It's okay. Invader says, look up the hidden and unknown on Steam. Okay, I will do that real quick, and then that'll be the last thing we do before we go to the
on Steam. I believe it was.
Okay. Oh, on Steam.
Goku wig.
Go look it up on Steam.
But listen, I read what's in front of me. All right, I'm like Ron.
Not
Burgundy
very well.
Over here. Yeah, that's true. I do not read very well.
Ron Burgundy reads it verbatim. I'm just saying.
Yes, I read with issues for sure. Oh, we have a new leader in the clubhouse, lady and gentlemen.
It's the most expensive.
Yes, the hidden and the unknown. Do we have any guesses? Let's actually, before I scroll down to show you how much it is, let's watch the trailer here, just to kind of see.
Confusion.
I am confused.
See.
All right.
Okay. Wait, what?
It's a story-based game that aims to widen the perception of its audience in the areas of psychology and philosophy.
And
So
this
here
is
we
the
go.
most expensive, huh?
Yes, it's the most expensive game.
$2,000.
I'm gonna go with $1,200.
$1,200, the hidden and the unknown. Well, Blabs, you win. $1,999.
She went over.
Can't say shit.
She went over.
Chat, who won?
By 10 cents.
No, Blabs, you won. I'll give it to you.
23 curators have
I'm not a
reviewed this
sore
product.
loser like some people I know.
I wasn't a sore loser. I justly won those, and you stole my titles.
Sounds like a sore loser.
You
It
stole
seems-
what's rightfully mine, bro.
Look at this. This guy, Kevin, $2,000 in this game is a steal. Honestly, can't wait for the sequel.
Got a bot.
Even more hidden and unknown.
Gotta be a bot.
Bullshit.
That's
These
amazing.
are all ridiculous. How? What the fuck?
It's just weird.
I say bot.
Mm-mm.
That's stupid.
That's awesome. Nodding says, just curious, which color of Beat Your Demons tee sold more? Can we get Adam's UFOs tees? Just idea for future merch.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that they sold pretty equally. I don't have an exact count on them, but I remember seeing pretty much equally red and purple. Look at that swing over there. That's nice. But yeah, I don't have exact numbers for you, Nodding. I'm sorry, but it was pretty close. I would say if I was to guess, I'd probably say the red was to have sold more. But the Beat Your Demons t-shirt is retired for the foreseeable future.
No, forever. We can't bring it back now.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, there's no reason to bring it back. It's gone. So
We told people it'd be exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So you said
Yes.
for the foreseeable future. I don't like that.
It's
No,
dead.
I want definitive. Thank you.
Dead.
So if you have that shirt, that's exclusive forever.
Yes.
Not until no. That's why do you keep doing that?
I'll say until the zombie apocalypse comes and the t-shirt rises from the grave, but it won't. It's fine. I'm just extending from yesterday's story. Blabs wants to remind everybody about something that's happening on Friday. Blabs, go ahead.
Mario Kart on Friday. Guess who was whooping Adam's ass? Me and Craig.
It's funny every time you say it.
It's great.
Why? Because
Great,
you,
love it.
you know it's coming, and you're like, ah, shit, here my time has come.
It's cute when you act all confident like that.
It's gonna happen.
Okay.
So, quick reminder that tomorrow we have Maya Rogers, the CEO of Tetris, will be joining us live tomorrow. That's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about the Tetris movie, which I cannot wait for. It comes out on the 31st. Going to be watching that. I will provide you with a review of that from Apple Plus because I do have Apple Plus. So I will provide you with a quality review of the Tetris movie with the Tetris interview tomorrow. So yeah, it's really, really good. And yeah, it's the day before the movie comes out. So it's a wonderful tie-in.
It comes out on Friday.
Yes, that was the tie-in. I was like, hey, this movie's
beautiful.
coming out. Let's talk to the CEO about it. So
That's cool.
Sweet.
I love it.
yeah, got to be smart about these things. So we got that. We got Mario Kart on Friday. And we're going to head over to Patreon right now. So if you guys want to join us, I would love for literally one of you. If you're on the fence, today is the day. Make that jump. Head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers and join us. The show is live, ready to go for you guys. For you right there. So with that said, guys, I want to remind you that people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal? Go get it. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We'll see you guys over on Patreon right now. Twitch, we'll see you guys later. Have a great day.
Fatality.
Thank you, Blabs.
I gotcha.
Get
He
out.
lost his arms in battle. It's fine.
And YouTube, you guys, once again, head over to patreon.com. See if just one of y'all want to come over and join us. That'd be awesome. We'll continue the conversation over there and have a great day. Let's do it.
Fatality.
Doesn't that feel good, Blabs?
It does.
I know.
And I hope